What's going on? Great people, magfed community world, paintball world, airsoft world, man. What's going on, man? This is your guy, the Prophet, man. I'm so happy to be back on the podcast once again. This is season 3, episode Rise and Leadership Style. Right now, I have my brothers here that been on this podcast once or twice. So I think I'll say their names real quick, one by one. Let's start off with Frank Castle, man, the OG.
Yo, my 10th year.
Oof.
Solo.
What's going on? Solo, Alex Jenkins. God, I've been balling magfed since the first magfed game in Chicago in Illinois, ODI 1, 2008, 17, 16, 2016. Oof.
Okay. You're going on about what?
Yeah, I would
9 years.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been balling since 2018, but I really got started in 2019. Yeah, got started in 2019. Shout out to Renegade Black Squad, man. My guy Maven and Forge and Nomad. They really put me on to magfed, man. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be the guy I am today.
I was so sad they couldn't make it to 0 hour this year, man. I was so sad. They really, those three dudes, they brought it, man. Forge, bro. Every time I turn around, there's like a little Viking with a box mag running around, yelling.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I expect to start doing. And then his videos, he's doing pull-ups in the basement on like a pipe. Like I'm you know what I mean? These are great. I was so sad they couldn't make it this year. Their videos are, I don't usually watch a lot of paintball videos. It's not something I a lot of shit going on. And their videos were like watching a small movie. It was really good to see.
Yeah, I agree, man. They definitely put me on to just the magfed community itself, you know, as in being the best player I can possibly be. You know, they paved the way for me for sure. So I'm officially an OG with them. But man, I'm really excited, man, to talk about 0 hour, you know, of 2024 and 2023. Well, let's start off with, you know, 2023. You know, that was
a rough one.
The rough one.
I mean, I don't know how much do you want to get into the reason why it got shut down?
I want to get into everything, man. We didn't talk about it last year.
Right.
So
all right. Because I mean that was such a disappointment. That was such a huge disappointment, just in everybody in general.
Okay.
I got nailed by a rubber ball for sure. I got nailed.
Yeah.
I nailed in the back of the arm.
Yeah. I know that was definitely the reason. I know the first day was hectic though.
Other than that, man, the game was great. Other than that aspect of the end, those were two really, really good days, man.
Yeah.
No, day one was in that thing was in full effect. Like that was our first time there as a team, and it was like I had seen Kilo 6ix9ine before. You know, I'd been to freelancers, so you know this was just another step on the bar. But you know, to come all the way from Chicago, we were 5 deep. I think it was Strike First magfed. We were 5 deep, and you know, as a team, this was our first time really traveling, you know, together like that to a big event, big magfed event rather. And my God, man, 0 hours. Yeah, man, set the bar. So the first day, Saturday, was intense. It was insane. It was not like many other games we played before. And then we were all in it. We were at the front, you know, the water jugs. Oh my God, I have PTSD because it was water jugs. but no, it was good stuff, man. And right at the 50 all day long, right at the 50 all day long. I mean, and then that camper back there, oh my God, that was the bane of our existence. So, but the second day was great. I mean, I think it started to rain towards the end of the day, but regardless of that, I mean, you know, with the exception of that rubber, you know, the self-defense rounds, it was a good day. The Sunday started out, I had like noodles for legs, you know what I'm saying, from day one. But you know, both days, you know, with the exception of what happened, both days were amazing. You know, we couldn't have asked for a better start. You know, getting us into 0 hour. That was our first 0 hour there. So
Yeah. From my experience, that was my first time actually. I was very pleased to tell you the truth. You know, I brought the beast out of me, man. I led the way of like, just letting that box mag go. Uh, I was everywhere. I was all over that map, left to right, both sides, front. I was playing back. I was doing it all, man. I was just doing me. I was just doing me. But the experience though definitely changed my perspective on like paintball even more. I think we should definitely travel more. It's part of the reason why I'm building up a worldwide um, team called the Prophecy. I feel like that's going to be the game changer
I have to
for
get my goddamn
everything. Yes, for everything, for
yeah,
sure.
I saw you brought that up, and you know, I was kind of taking a look at it. I mean, that's definitely one thing I think the MagFed community needs is to unify more so than not. You know, since 2023, I joined up with the Strike First MagFed in 23, but since 2023, we've traveled all over. We've been up to Canada. You saw us there in Canada, Prophet. You saw us up there. That was
Yeah,
for the last Honey Badger. What else? We've been to California. We went to Dominion. We're slated to go to Texas next month in October for the Conquering Hell series.
where
So you know we're traveling like hell, and you know the one thing that I know that MagFed needs more than anything is that unity. Is you know everybody coming together. You know everybody should travel to everybody's events. You know not that everybody can't do it all the time, but at the same time, you know if you can make it, if you can grab 2 to 3 guys, then you go to the East Coast. You know we're still waiting on you all to come to Wisconsin. You know
yeah,
for BOP. That's a game in itself. You know so I think
yeah.
if we bring the unity out, we can definitely see a shift, you know, back into making MagFed great again. You know, I don't know if you all saw the patch or not, make MagFed great again.
Oh
But
yeah,
you know, that right there is something we can do. You know, nothing against speedball, you know, or woods ball, but I would prefer MagFed be the pinnacle of paintball. But that's just me, you know.
I agree.
I mean, to me, magfed is the pinnacle of paintball. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, I speedball, have fun, guys. I don't want to get shot a million times and
yeah,
dress, you know, gym outfit. And woods ball is, I mean, to me, woods ball and magfed, they're so intertwined. You know, I started out playing woods ball, so the two came together. But magfed is the top. There's nothing better.
yeah. I know from my perspective on speedball, people ask me like, "Hey, are you coming out to these scenario games? Are you going back to Living Dead or went to Brawl?" My answer is no. I'm completely done with those events. I'm sticking with only MagFed
I learned a long
and
time.
Airsoft. So, yeah,
That's it. I don't. I did. I think I did maybe one or two open classes, and I'm good. I'm good, buddy.
yeah,
I you know, I have fun. I'm not mad at guys who want to do it. I would love to go catch wreck, but
yeah,
also I want to magfed. That's it. It's enough to handle that.
yeah,
For sure, for sure. You know, I think MagFed does offer that mil sim that we look for, the scenario, more of scenario than anything. Um, and it's you know like you look at 0 hour, you look at some of the older Dominions, a lot of these newer games that are being played on a regular basis. They're more mission and scenario based rather than somebody just going out there slinging paint. I mean, you know, you can grab a box mag and you can do it. You know, buy you two boxes of paint. But I mean, if you're just out there slinging paint, sometimes people can get bored with that. You know, sometimes it's like, okay, you do need your heavy gunners for sure if you're completing missions, but you know, realistically, that's part of the mission, and that's one thing that I like about MagFed is just the mil sim, the reality of it. Hey, we need to ban 10, 15 guys together. We need to breach this wall. We need to get in there, get that box, and do what you know, do what we need to do. I just saw one SOK trooper, and I think that you guys are doing a scenario or something like that. I saw a box. I saw a picture of a box. They were putting some codes in or something like that. It looked like It was and I'm like, man, that is magfed right there. One guy's holding the point, and then the other guy's putting in the key codes or whatever. In Chicago, Indiana rather, Blast Camp, we did Enigma. This was back in I don't know, 2018 or 19. We did Enigma, and with
18.
that. 18. Okay, yeah. We had did Enigma, and we had to decipher codes, so it wasn't for the regular magfed guy. You know, you had to really use your brain, put your gun down for a second, use your brain, decipher codes, and get these lock boxes open. And that right there really separates somebody just playing paintball versus somebody playing magfed.
I love those big games where it's focused. Half the time, most of those big games, my pistol stays holstered. And I end up just running shit for those missions all day long. That's what I like. I literally, my ex-wife could not understand. She was like, why are you just going out and shooting people? Baby, it's not about shooting people. Shooting people is what I do at the Ruins, at Concrete City, like, little meetups. Big games, it's all about, it's about performing. All those super shitty little tasks while people are trying to shoot the living fuck out of you. That to me is that's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm happy when I come from a big game and I have basically all the ammo I bought except for maybe, I shot one back strikes because I've been running missions all day. All those old kilos, all those old kilos, guys, all those God boxes and all this shit Angel used to cook up. That's where it's at. 100%.
Oh hell yeah. Castle, you got that fucking shield. I'm like, dude, who's got a squeegee? He needs a window cleaner to get that fucking thing clean. Cause look, I see your FSC on your hip or the T8 on your hip, and the shield is just painted. I'm like, how can he even see? I'm like, yo. So hey, Castle be in it. He's at the front. He's at the front all day.
No, Castle's a beast, man. First time I met Castle, man, he was just like, dude, really live up to his name. I'm not gonna lie. And you gotta respect that. You have to respect that. One thing about me, like, people think that just because I go by the name Prophet or Wolf or Prophet Wolf, like, I'm like, nah, like, for me, it's really all about carrying your name, dude, and living up to your expectations, I'm just a born leader. Huh?
Yeah, a wolf is.
Yeah.
A wolf is like the coolest. That's it. Plain and simple.
Yeah. But like I said earlier, like, people paid the way for me to be here. So I'm pretty sure guys paid the way for you guys to be here at one point. I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah. Bobo's the one who got come in.
For sure.
Yeah, 2018. I went to Dominion 4. I went all the way to what is it?
That was Cali.
Badlands, I think.
Yeah, Badlands, Chicago. That's one of the fields we frequent. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. You're out there from the East Coast. We were on the other side. We were GLF.
Yeah, we got our Lakes.
Yeah.
I remember that. But yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, no, like if I had to give shout outs, man, I'm gonna say, I started out in like 16, and then the first marker, everybody starts out with that alpha black, everybody starts out with the alpha black, and I'm like, there's gotta be a way to feed the paint from the gun from the bottom like a real gun, there's gotta be. So I started doing my homework, MCS
apps.
Yeah,
man.
So I'm
30 round like little 30 round tack cap on it.
Yep. So I never did get to that. I went straight to magfed. So I went to MCS, and I go and I get the conversion kit for the 8.5, and it's my first magfed marker.
Yeah. No, my boy had one that was fucking legit, full auto, bro. It was legit. It was like a little pop gun.
Oh, for sure. The one I had wasn't the electronic one, but I had the regular, just the regular semi. But I mean, I did a thing.
Yeah.
I felt so proud. I'm like, oh man, I converted a marker. Ain't nobody did this. I did.
Cool. My boy did it, and I was so fired up. My first magfed gun, I got a Hammer 7 because first. Dude, the first time I go out, I shoot it, and I'm used to shooting semi-auto, so I shoot it, and I go to shoot it again, and I have it pumped. So, my boy just blasts me in the face. That's my first introduction to magfed, like a dummy, right away. I got it.
Yeah.
Then I got yeah, you like that. Yeah.
Yeah. First time I got shot, man, was it's when Forge and Maven and Nomad invited me. I actually was on playing Walk On. I had brought a female with me, and we was playing this. This is my first time with TMC. I didn't know how to use this, so I'm kind of just trying to figure things out by myself. And them guys came over, and they was like, "Hey, you a magfed player?" I'm like, "What's magfed?" But their guns looked so realistic and crazy. It threw me off.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
is this
nothing
real?
like it. Yeah, when you
And
see a mag, you're like, what the fuck? This stupid hopper shit. Get the fuck out of here. Give me that
yeah,
crazy. Like
and
when
it
you
was
Yo,
the
see
how
it,
many?
same
Hey,
day,
how many
man.
times? How
what
many
the fuck
times
is?
you get the question? How many times you get the question? Hey, is that airsoft? Are you airsoft? Nah, bro.
Man, plenty of
Nah, bro.
times, plenty of times. I even got
Answer that question.
shot with a first strike. It was like, damn, that jump was quick as hell. Like, there was actually a guy who
Bro,
was from Texas. His name was Nick. He was the one that came out all the way from Texas to OTP. And man, he shot me one good time with a first strike, bro. I said, oh, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
my brother Fox was the first person to get like a T8 and a T9 and have first strikes. And I was
Yeah,
literally so sick and fucking tired of just getting shot with first strikes, having to hear him whistle over my head as I'm like ducking.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I where I'm shooting at with round ball, and I shoot, and the ball goes totally sideways, and I'm like, ah, fuck, and then I just get shot in the face with the first strike. It was like an
yeah.
arms race. So then that's why hammer 7 first strikes right out of the gate. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm just tired of getting shot with first strikes, man. This shit sucks.
Game changer for
I was
real.
Yeah,
tired. I was sick and tired of this shit.
yeah. First strike definitely changed the game a whole lot.
Shape
It's not even
projectiles, yeah.
Changed everything. It changed everything.
100.
But
I've gotten
man,
100-yard shots right between the eyes with my fucking T9. There's no way. When you show like regular people what a first strike is, like, it's like random dudes at my job or something. They're like, "What the fuck is this thing? Like, what are you shooting each other with? It's like
yeah,
a weird little bullet. It's
Bullet,
crazy.
yeah, it's a bullet.
Literally
yeah.
looks like a little fucking bullet."
I know me and Castle. Oh man, I can't. I remember the exact moment. It was actually a 0 last year. I'll never forget this. Castle had a shield right in front of me. He was laying low, but I was up top, and I'm just like, "Yo, keep that shield right here towards my legs so they can't like hit me." And like somebody just nailed him out of nowhere. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I just got hit. I'm nailed." I'm like, "Oh shit." But that's how the first strikes are. Like you don't know where they're coming from, you know. Like they come from any direction, but it's just crazy. Like, damn, like he still had a shield and he still got his ass.
Yeah, no, that
Uh,
whiz past your ear. When you hear that shit whizzing past your head, you don't really know how close it is, but you hear it
Yeah,
hit something behind you, and you're like, and then the shrapnel from the plastic, it's gonna hit your skin, and you're like, okay, they're getting
yeah,
close.
yeah.
I bought the last, well, I can't say it was the last, but the last that I know of the silver on silver white fills. So I have like 6 boxes of the OGs. I'm like never
oh,
gonna shoot those.
those
Yeah,
are
man.
originals. Know if
Yeah,
I
man.
have
So
any.
I got those. Those are dinosaurs. I'm keeping them in my closet. Maybe be in a museum one day. I don't know.
Man, but how y'all feel about 2024 zero hour, man? I'm very curious to know.
Oh, great,
It was
great.
it was it was cool. I like the introduction of the third faction. We were yellow, and you can definitely tell that the tides were changing when we were pushed onto their side. I mean,
Oh,
the
yep.
red team, they were holding their own for a little while, and then once we were called over to the red team, it was like a mad push, and we were at the 50. It was good. It was good battle. But then once we shifted back out to blue, then red just totally got dominated. So I mean, I think red really benefited the most per se. We really helped them out. But blue, like I mean, in my opinion, blue team they had it anyways. We were a little help here and there for the most part, but I think blue was holding their own. But when we were with red, we were definitely a total force to reckon with. I just love the idea of that third faction because it adds a different challenge. Okay, now we've got heavy shooters. And then the yellow team was stacked. I'm not gonna tell a lie. The yellow team was stacked with a bunch of hitters. The majority of us from the Midwest. But when we got together and we added to the red force, you could really tell the shift in the game. And then when we went to the blue side, it was just red just totally got ran over. It was almost unfair to a point that from my perspective. But I mean overall, we had such a good game this week or this year 2024. We were at the front as always. I got hella footage, me going at Taz. What else we got? I mean, I got good footage. I just haven't even posted yet. I have like days of footage I haven't even posted. But 24 0 hour, yes, absolutely, 100%.
Okay. What you, Castle? Oh, wait. Before you answer, Castle, talk about the speech, man, that you gave us. That was very inspiring, man. I gotta hear it again, bro. It was just all that.
You mean my post game speech?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very sincere about that, man. I'm very, very sincere about everything I said. I just saw the video that got posted again, so I was able to listen to it again and revisit my thoughts. And yeah, I'm 100% with it, man. I really want to be on your command staff now. I'll always take a command job. Don't get me wrong; it's too much fun not to. But at the same time, I want to see what you guys come up with. Also, I want to get back to a lot more, man. And as the general, I have to set the example. So I can't always rules lawyer the way I used to be able to when I was just on the field making shit happen. You know what I mean? Like I have to set an example for everybody. So I have to try to, as much as I can, keep everything above board. Whereas, when I'm just one of the boys, I'm trying to make things happen. So there's a little more breathing room, let's say, when I'm trying to make shit happen. But I do love being the boss. It is such an honor to be able to see you guys get motivated and really push hard to get the W this year, man. Like I'm just facilitating. You know what I mean? That's it. It's you guys that are the ones that are pushing and doing all the shitty shit. I mean, not that I'm not getting shot the fuck up. Obviously, I am. I look like a fucking purple Dalmatian by the end of day 2. But
yeah,
man, really, it's you guys that are doing the hard work. I'm just trying to make shit happen. And a lot of my day, I mean, if anybody's paying attention, most of my day is just me going back and forth with producers, trying to figure out what's going on, and try to exploit what I can to get what I can get done for our side, more or less.
Now you mentioned producers and just arguing with them. I remember a moment where me and shout out to Tonka from Canada, man, we was in his woods and he had his nephew and his friend with him, and we all was just trying to flank in the woods, and you just came over with a shield pushing up, and one of the refs that came over, I got into it, but he was more so talking shit, really to the team, not to him, but he took it as like, no, I understand where you're coming from, but right now we're not doing the woods or the RV.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, hey man,
yeah.
I
yeah, that was a crazy moment. I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Actually, I had to rack my brain. There's so much crazy shit that happened on both those days. But yeah.
But you know what, really though? But you know what though? To an ode to that, just the topic in itself, the leadership. When you got a lot of, and this is what I noticed in magfed. You got a lot of chiefs running around, a lot of chiefs. Where the Indians at? But to really decipher who the leader is, who is your leader? Who is your leader? Castle, when I seen you out there, both years, 23 and 24, I'm like, yo, Castle's in charge to some capacity. You weren't the general in 23, but I mean, my God, man, I thought you were the general for a hot second, the way you were kind of, running shit out there. But that's what it takes. Naturally, you can see the leader in someone. For the most part, people can see the leader, and then you take charge. You lead from the front, and I respect that 100%. I mean, Castle, we've been balling with and against each other for some time now, whether you know it or not. So
no. Because I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure you were at E4.
Yep.
right?
So I've been to a lot of the games you've been to. We've seen each other. I even handed you my FSC last year at the end of the game in 23. It was all
Yes.
decked out. It was all Gucci'd out. So you remember that. So I'm like, hey man, take this, go do some work, But but yeah, ultimately the leadership factor in paintball is needed and it is a thing. You can tell who your leaders are, and you can tell when you've got generals that are just guys from, on the field.
Yeah.
So
Well,
and go ahead.
for most of my adult life, I worked in a kitchen. I'm a chef. Up until I had kids, which it's just the two things are not. It's not happening. So up until that point, I worked in a kitchen my whole life. So for the last 4 years of my kitchen career, I ran the kitchen. So it's literally the same exact thing. There's no difference except I'm actually having fun. Whereas, in the kitchen it's very stressful. But that's where a lot of that comes from as well. And most of my best bosses were all like total psychos. I had a couple good, like super good, like ex-military dude bosses who I learned a lot from. And that really bears a lot onto paintball as well. Because, there's no difference. If you're doing one thing, you're doing the other thing. That's it.
Yeah.
And now I have small children. So, I have to be the boss of that situation.
For sure.
So
For sure.
if you have kids, you got to be the boss, man. You can't let them, you literally can't let them get an inch on you or they'll take a mile. You have
100%.
to be very clear with,
100%.
I'm the boss. And, also my mom's a terrifying lady, man. She's fucking scary. Oh no, she's terrifying. My mom's one of those, she's like, what is it? Michelle Pfeiffer in the goddamn movie with the Coolio song. You know what I mean? My mom likes to take a bunch of urban, whip them into shape, and she's a fucking pit bull, man. So I literally have to go up with. I'm still scared of her to this day. So seeing her and my dad both, as the boss, and now that I'm older, I appreciate that leadership just coming from those two. As a kid, and seeing, whoa, somebody's got to be in charge here. And also it sucks in paintball, man. Like there's a lot of situations where there's a lot of fucking chiefs running around. Very true. Nobody wants to just shut the fuck up, put your head down and do the work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes you gotta run up on the get shot. That's the way it fucking goes. You know what I mean? You got to get shot. You got to go rinse and repeat. That's fucking what it is.
Like I'm a great leader on off the field, but a lot of time I prefer being an Indian. I like hunting, to tell you the truth. So, everybody look for me for like guidance. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm trying to, do my job.
Yeah, I'm not sad at all to go back to just playing. I love being a fucking Indian. I honestly, all the best things that I get done are when I go by myself. That's when I can be able to put the most visible 9 times out of.
Yeah, but you know what? The one thing I enjoy and love about the magfed community, man, is that I want people to be leaders, but you have to know when and how to be a leader. I know for me, I had to learn from other people to be a leader. Big shout out to Wolf Paintball. He was the one that paved the way for me to be a leader first.
Oh, yeah, bro.
He was someone that I look up to as a great leader, and also put me on to the game even more. Him, Nightmare Paintball, Hitting Hodger, Frank Castle. Shout out to Blackout Garcia. He put me on.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Like a lot of these guys. Yeah.
Right now, I lived out on him for his last week here, man. I'm sad. That's my man. He's actually my neighbor. It's like a very close neighbor, like literally right down the street. That's my man.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man.
Big names, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, for real, Yeah, go ahead.
Hours. But he kissed my ass this year. Once again, he ran up and hugged me on the freelancers. He got a knife kill on me because I looked at my boot for 1/10 of a second. And next thing I know, he's in front of me smiling with a little knife over my shield, by the way, poking me. Now, you son of a... And then I literally watch. I'm like, all right, let's see what the fuck you got, big guy. And then I watch him get, I'm going to say probably a dozen more fuckos walking through that bottom of the castle at EMR. So, yeah, there you go, Blackout. Love him.
Yeah, me and Blackout got some crazy moments, man. This is
Bro.
before I even start having the camera on me. Like me and him got some crazy rundowns, some crazy like holding down positions. It was, man, we got into some crazy stuff like with other people, bro. Like he like he'll tell you the same thing. Like when me and him get together, it's crazy. You know, even with me and Castle, we got some crazy stuff at 0 hour. Me and Wolf, you know, at Hitting Hydra, that was a crazy moment. How them building. Me and Solo, same thing. Like
Yeah. We were
there's
in the
so many
corner out there
moments.
at Honey Badger. Yeah, man. I got some
Yeah,
good footage of you when we were I got some good footage of you when we were in Honey Badger in that room.
yeah. And we was going hunting.
That was insane. That was
We was
insane right
going
there.
hunting.
I,
You
Yeah,
know.
we was
I,
going hunting.
I want to go to
Yeah.
Honey Badger so bad, and I'm not sure if I can get into Canada. I'm of a dubious legal status. Let's say that.
Well, it's
I mean,
over. It's over. They sold the field.
Yeah.
They sold the field, so that's done.
yeah,
Honey
I
Badger's
heard.
done. They tried to do another one. We were trying to go to, I forget the name of it, but it was at another like prison facility, you know, up north.
Extraction. That's what it
Extraction.
was.
Yeah, we were trying
Extraction.
to go to
Yeah.
Extraction, and you know that fell through. The whole community was disappointed in that, and I was kind of
Yeah.
looking at it on Google Maps, and I'm like, okay, so like, are we gonna be able to get there, or do we gotta park and then walk 3 miles to the damn place? Because it was looking really sketchy, bro. So then,
Yeah.
you know, as
Yeah,
the days are
yeah.
leading up, we had all our tickets and everything bought. We were gonna drive up there. We're gonna pick up people along the way and drive up there. And then, you know, like 3 days before, they're talking about all the beavers and set up a dam and wash out the road. Like it
And
was a
I
bunch
was
of
ready,
stuff.
man. I was packed and
Oh man.
everything. I
That's
was
the most
packed and ready.
I've heard in my fucking entire life. Beaver set up a dam and walked from. I can't think
Yeah.
of anything more Canadian.
Right? You know,
But
I don't know if some guys had they had walked it. They had put on, you know, GoPros and filmed themselves walking up.
yeah.
And you know, I'm not trying to throw no shade on anybody's name or anything, but from what it looked like no one had been there at all, like within months to really clear it out and get it, you know, squared away. Again, this was footage we can all see on YouTube, so it's not something I'm
Yeah.
making up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was very disappointing. I mean, they, in my opinion, they were going to take the lead. As Honey Badger left, they were going to pick up the slack, and we were going to be going to a new spot. But whoever the promoters were, whoever the producers were, maybe didn't do all that they needed to do, or didn't have the support they needed. So you know that kind of fell through.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, you know that's
Those
another thing in
abandoned.
itself.
And I had a
Yeah.
bunch of guys from Canada hit me up, like at least 20 guys, I want to say. And these are all guys that I met throughout the years online and in person up there. And they was like, don't do it. I'm like, huh? You serious? He was like I can't make this up. Like it was so many messages, calls I was getting. It wasn't it. So I was like, damn. I was very disappointed and sad, man. 'Cause I was ready to, go break up there
It
again.
was really up to like it got up to about maybe 2 or 3 days before we were supposed to leave,
Yeah,
before we really made a decision. Because again, like we were like, hey, like I had, you know, I'd been in the group chat, you know, for the entire team. And I'm like, okay, uh, the extraction team. So I'm like, okay, you know, it looks like it's good. It was quiet. Everybody was talking trash back and forth, you know, making the meme wars or whatever.
yeah,
And then I just put it out there in the group chat. I said, hey, man, I'm hearing this, that, and the third. What's good? Because Prophet, that's when you hit me. You text me. I was like, yo, Solo,
yeah,
I'm hearing this, that, and the third. And I was like,
yeah,
I hadn't heard that. So I put it in the group chat, and I just fired the group chat up. Next thing you know, people were confirming this. And I'm like, oh, wow, well, I'm glad we talked about it, you know, before we jumped on this road and came to find out we didn't drove all the way to Canada for
yeah,
nothing,
Yo.
you know?
yeah.
Whew.
I was packed, man. I was packing all my gear up and everything in my truck, and I was about to be on my way. And then, I saw messages the night before. I'm kind of glad I didn't even get started driving down there.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But
that
you know,
was.
that's what it is. Hey, Castle, have you heard of? There's a game coming up in Michigan. HR Tactical is hosting, I believe, or they're not hosting. They're like sponsoring or something like that. It's I want to say it's Canada versus Mexico. I think it is, or something like that.
What?
No, it's gonna be.
No.
He's talking about the ones with K versus. Well, no, basically the U.S. versus Canadian. Yeah,
Is it
Canadian.
U.S. versus Canada? I thought it was Mexico
Yeah.
versus Canada.
No, no,
I
no,
don't know
no.
either.
It's yeah. HR
I like
Tactical, I believe, is hosting that event.
Yeah, it said Hell
So,
Survivors, right?
I damn, I forget the name of it, but I know
I
it's
think
definitely
so.
a MagFed
It's in
game.
Michigan. It's Michigan. I think it's Hell Survivors, which is it's not a bad field. I love that field actually.
Yeah,
It reminds me of Sherwood with a castle in the middle, but it's massive though. It's a it's a big ass field,
yeah,
but yeah, castle. Anyway, uh, that's one of the games that's on the docket. I mean, we try to build Strike First MagFed. We try to build our calendar maybe October, November, December, and post it in January, so we know where we're traveling, and
Yeah.
it's part of that leadership thing too. But I don't know who all from the East is coming to the Midwest or Cali or whatever, but it would be great to see a lot more people start getting back on and traveling for these events because that's part of what you were saying, Prophet, in terms of unifying MagFed and make it a whole thing. Like but people just have to travel. It's just that's part of it.
yeah. I mean, I'm very excited, man, to have this project going, man. I'm still writing it out as I speak, but I think this project will definitely change lives and change the perspective of just paintball in general because MagFed's not dead. We already know it's not dead. We are the
Oh,
MagFed community. We enjoy
yeah.
what's coming out of it.
Yes, hey, salute to Smoke. MagFed is not dead.
Yeah. So,
And Havish.
I mean, just to have the name itself, it should tell you that, you know, like the profit. So the profit for me, a lot of people ask me the same question, like, what does it mean to be called a prophet in Manfred community? Like, are you some kind of like um Messiah or something? I'm like, nah, man. It's just, man, I know the vision that I have, that I see for the Manfred community. Like, I know that Manfred community can do way more than what we're doing now. What's stopping us from continuing on pushing ourselves for a greater cause or a greater purpose in this community? So why not build something bigger than this? Like, if the airsoft community can build and have all these places to play at and have tons of like in 1 month like meetups to play at, why can't we? What's stopping us? So I feel like, man, we should be more up top than down here. Just being honest.
For sure, for sure. I mean, to that, I definitely feel that we have the OD games here in the Midwest, ODIL once a month. It's the third Thursday of every month, or the last Thursday of every month, I believe.
Yeah.
Or not Thursday. I'm sorry, Sunday. At any rate, um, a large part of it, and we saw this during COVID. A large part of it is the finance part of it. I mean, a lot of people started getting into paintball after COVID because they had the money. They got the
Yeah.
checks, and now, man, I'm about to give me a magnet and do this thing. So you kind of saw it re-energize. But now, as the economy cooled within the last 2 years, people are like, man, I got to take care of my bills. I got to work. I got this, that, and the third. I can't make it. I can't go. And especially for the traveling part. So that's something that I think just directly affects the economy, directly affects how we do what we do as a community as well. Um,
Yeah.
I don't have an answer. I don't have a solution to it because everybody's finances, everybody's responsibilities are different. So some people got it, some people are
Yep.
barely hanging on and
Yep.
love the sport. So really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as far as the entirety of the
Delay.
community, um, it may be regional, it may be citywide, not well, yeah, city geographical location wise as to these meetups and whatnot. And then that just goes back to the leadership as well. You gotta have the right people in place that are leaders that can bring this together for that town or for that region that people are gonna want to follow.
Yeah.
I could say that with OD, we started out, we were doing 50, 60 people per MagFed meetup every month. We used to do 50, 60 people. Now we're down to 20, sometimes 10, 15 people. And I'm like, man, where's everybody going? One thing that I also know is that people evolve. Castle, you got two young kids. I have two young kids. So, our availability, life starts lifing.
That is
And
true.
so
Oh yeah.
it really takes for the
Yeah.
people that are in MagFed say, hey, you know what? I'm getting ready to bow out. My kids are getting older. I got to spend my weekends doing something else. You say, okay, I got to bring somebody else up. Each one teach one, bring somebody to the community that's going to take your place and then
Yeah.
have them bring somebody. And that way we keep the community strong. We keep people coming in, we keep people buying stuff. There's no innovation in the markers anymore. Why? Because the market ain't there. People just ain't really buying markers. I mean, hell, you got two markers out there. You got an NG or you got a T15. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so there should be more diversity. There should be, there should be more options, but the profit margin is very slim. Again, it's finance and all that. So there's a lot on the table to discuss in regards to building the community. But the least that we can all do is grab somebody up and say, "Hey, come to this inflog with me real quick. Come like this shit," and then you got one or two converts right there. Boom.
Yeah.
That's our responsibility. I feel
And this is part of the reason why I think it's important for me to have this project called a prophecy, so people can make that happen. Like you said earlier, everyone has situations going on, or have kids, or they're dealing with life things. I think if we all come together as one, and like you said, each one, you said each one. I'm sorry, each one
each one
reach
teach
one,
one
each one.
or
Okay,
reach
each
one.
one teach one. Yeah, but the whole point is like coming together as one is the ultimate goal in life. I think we can make that happen. And I don't care where you're from. I don't care where you're from. Let's all come together and make something happen, bro. That's what it's about. It's coming together.
I don't know if y'all heard this one or not, but it's like, trying to bring mag fedders together is like herding cats. It's like, dude, it's just like all these chiefs around. No, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that. No, what's he
Yeah.
saying doing? Oh man, that guy. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're just trying to do a simple thing, bro. Just listen for 5 minutes. I just need you for 5 minutes. Man,
Yeah.
fuck you. It's like, okay. It's like, okay. But
Yeah.
yeah.
No, man.
That's why we need guys like Castle. Castle, we need you, bro. We need you, bro.
Castle's the voice, man. He's the real voice, man, that you need out there, man. I'm just a guy that can, put the ideas together, or just visionary it, but the voice is always his. Yours, Castle? Castle's just out of this world right now. You good over there, Castle?
Barely hear anything that's happened in the last like 5 minutes.
Try to back out and come back. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try that. Yeah, because you guys are breaking up super bad. Okay.
But no, I think it's very important though, man, to just start really making things happen, man, for the community. I feel like the community is slowing down. Like I came back the beginning of first Saturday of the month, for our magfed meetup on the East Coast, and I heard some things, man, that was like dry. It was like, damn, like it hasn't really been the same since like 0 hour or around that time. And I'm just like, really?
So, well, what in your opinion, what is it? What is the cause of that? In your opinion, what is keeping people from coming back out, or what's slowing people down? What's slowing magfed down?
I really think it's. Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's management, of course. The cost is going up. Some, cost is going up for sure. Everyone do have life situations. That's part of it. But people need to see leaders out there. I feel like I'm not saying I could change everything, or I could be changing things, but when a leader is not coming to a event often as he should, it gets dry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So for me to not be there for these past few months and to be out there that day, everyone had the energy of like, man, I'm glad you're here. Like, no bullshit. Like I'm happy to see you. Now it's life again. And I think that plays a role when people who are leaders, and they've been following your craft for so long, and they see that you are here in person at this magfed event, or just coming just to play whatever, or walk on, like it brings them life.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, you know what? To add to that, so what Wolf did and was doing, he was definitely reaching back out to the community.
Yeah.
I know you and Castle were saying not so much open class anymore, but I think
Yeah.
that's where a good portion of maybe our new generation may come from, would be open class,
Open
or would be
class.
walk-ons. I'm not a big fan of open class myself. I'm totally magfed as well, but if I'm reaching out or if I'm trying to, market for magfed, I'm gonna maybe reach over there. I might grab up some airsofters too if I can. But um, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, life be lifing. We definitely need leaders out there on a regular basis. Um, so I don't have the answer. I just know what we can do individually. As far as, just like I said, just get one person. Every time you go out, if you can get one person, it's like a pyramid scheme. Go out and get one person and convert them, bring them over. Hey, if you got an extra marker at the house, hey man, come out Sunday, come out whatever day you guys ball in, and come shoot some rounds. And whatever. And I think that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
Like I
that
got
part.
guys from Airsoft who's coming over for magfed, and they're still playing Airsoft, but they don't mind coming over just to check out the magfed event, you know. So that's important. But I agree with that. I think we should definitely, and I hate to say it, but definitely check out the scenario games every now and then, just to grab some guys or grab some people or just see who's interested. We never know. When people see you on the field and they see it that you put in the work and you the real deal, oh man, they're gonna definitely gonna want to fuck with you. That's real.
100%, 100%. Castle, you didn't miss much, man. We were just kind of talking about, what we can do to bring people back to the game or bring new people to the game. That's really where we're at as far as the project prophecy is, and just magfed in general. Just getting people back involved and adding to it. Again,
Yeah,
like I said, Wolf, he would, he's hanging out with young kids at open class games or walk-ons, and they see him out there doing his thing with the camera and all. I think social media posting too, though. A lot of people, we have cameras, and I'm
Yeah, sure.
culprit of this as well. I got cameras with footage. Like I said, I've got days of magfed footage I have never even posted. I'm like Biggie and Tupac with the unreleased tapes over here, and so like it's up to us, the people that do have cameras as well, to put it out there. We got to market it. Say, hey, this is our baby. This is our thing. Come out, be a part of it.
yeah,
Everyone loves to be a part of something, and this is something that everyone can be a part of. That's that's really it. Again, it's even as leaders, we have to follow someone, and so that's that part. It's just adding it all in together.
yeah. And I agree, man. Like part of the reason why I think it's so important just to be a leader in general, man. You change so many perspectives in life. You help those that can't help themselves. I know for me, I struggle. Well, I didn't really struggle. I mean, let me not say struggle. Um, I had to really go into exile to understand like what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish. I didn't know if I could like if podcast was a thing. I didn't know anything about podcasts, to say the truth, until one day I was actually at the MagFed meetup and someone heard me speaking to a few people and it was like, hey, do a podcast. You might just change lives by doing a podcast. And I gave it a thought. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Maybe doing a podcast will change lives, and bring more people into the game. And it has. Believe it or not, these past 4 years for me, I have definitely changed a lot of perspectives in paintball, especially in MagFed, speedball, and airsoft. I think it changed the game just by adding more people to our community and just making it better. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Hey, Castle, man, where do you get those tactical jeans from, dog? Where'd you get them tactical jeans from? I need those. I need those. My tactical pants are no good. I need them jeans. It gives a hardened look.
Man, Castle is out of it, man.
Hold on.
No, it's probably the internet.
He backed out, came back. So, but yeah, I mean that's like I said. I'm with it, man. I'm with the project as well. And this is what I was gonna ask. This is what I was gonna ask. How do you feel? Where do you fall on the competitive play competitive. I'm just gonna leave it at this. I don't want to say too much. Competitive magfed play. Competitive, not open class, and I'm not gonna say the word, but not magfed, not scenario games, not big games, but competitive play. If you can feel where I'm going with that.
Hmm. Competitive play. How do I feel about it?
Yeah, like squad focused, small teams of five. Uh,
Man, that's my style. That's all I do is that. I've been doing that since I got into MagFed. I'm not really big on like big squad, like 20, 30, 40 people. I used to, but as I got older, I don't mind having a 4-man team, 5-man team, 6-man team, even a 3-man team, or just two of us. Um, Sometimes it's actually better, no lie. Just from my experience with that, it's been amazing. I mean, I my first squad that I had for the MagFed community, there was actually 10 of us, and only probably about 6 of us showed up, and I was fine with that. We did a 3-team man, and that was cool. I was cool. I was cool with that. I led point, and and the communication was just amazing. Like sometimes you don't even need comms. As long as you know how to communicate and call out your targets, that's what matters the most. So
okay,
I'm really big
okay,
on that.
okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think the community as a whole would be open arms to that? You know what I mean? Like again, say
Oh yeah.
small teams, even individual work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big difference. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Airsoft probably do it 10 times better than us, though. I gotta give them the credit. I actually played an Airsoft game last year in October, and these guys were all that. I can't even make this up. Shout out to my man Will, man. He actually invited me out. I used his M4 for one day, and man, like me, him, and a few of the guys was like, yo, we was putting in work.
Was it
Daytime,
electric or gas blowback?
electric. And it was both day and night game. I gotta say it, man. I gotta give him his props, man. Like they the real deal. Like when it comes to like splitting teams up, they know how to do that stuff, bro. Like, you
You
know,
know what? I Since we had our conversation about the NVG night vision, I have not even used my night vision in scenario play
yeah,
at all. And like it's set up. I got the helmet and it drops down. You know the quad goggles, and
yeah,
I just have not had a night game to use them at. The one that we were supposed to come to, uh, out east with you, we didn't make that one, and that was gonna be the only game that I know of. I think that'd be a good thing, a night paintball, night magfed. But and then really trying to get on board with some glow in the dark round ball. That would be fun, you know. So yeah, there's a bunch of ideas and stuff that the community could introduce or accept or what do you call it, adopt, and
yeah,
might be for the better. You know, it's just we gotta test the water. We gotta have some pioneers out there testing the water and just kind of throwing things out there. But I'd like to hear that the competitive play is a thing. Um, I'm looking forward to 25. Our calendars are getting filled up as we speak. Every week, new events are dropping for next year. So, the Midwest is coming back on the map. I feel like, and then we're definitely coming out there out east
yeah.
in Cali and Texas. They know us as well. Super Game, Florida. You down?
When is that?
January. It's
I could
like
probably make that. Yeah.
I don't know the date yet. The dates are
Nothing
up, but
came
I
up.
don't know.
Yeah, some of the day, but nothing came up on my end for January at all. So I'll be
Okay.
available, and I've been actually invited out to that plenty of times.
Okay. I
Um,
think I think GQ is going. Tuna from was it Oregon? Is it Oregon? Is it Oregon? Yeah, yeah, Oregon. Tuna, big tuna. No, you don't know tuna. He's an advocate for big game Florida Super Game,
yeah,
and then they also do Oregon as well. That's a big one too. I got a guy. Uh, let's see here. I got a guy out there in Oregon that we need to ball with as well. So we got to fill up his calendar. But either or, I don't need to talk about that. So Yeah, this 25, do some traveling, some super games, some big games,
I
make
know that
matches.
Europe game is coming up,
You know what?
2025 in Europe. How you feel about
Yeah.
that?
Okay. I'm a little biased here now, right? I would like to do it, but I'm actually in Europe right now, and I gotta tell you, this was like the hardest to get over here.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a mess. So I'm like, man, and then I'm not even my luggage isn't even checked. I'm just backpacking. And so I'm saying, man, what if my marker gets lost? What if my gear gets lost? Like this is too much. This is too much. I've been traveling all day. This is too much. And honestly, this kind of turned me off from Europe. So
yeah,
that might not be a thing for me. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It
yeah.
wasn't fun. So Castle, can you hear us, bro? No, you can't hear us. Can you hear us?
No,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
It's still really terrible on my end. So hey, you
Mm.
know what, guys? I actually have to I gotta go to work in like 2 hours anyways. So I can't hear a thing you guys are saying for the last like 10 minutes. This isn't fair to anybody. I don't want to sit here and act like I know what's going on. So I'm gonna back out. Thank you guys for having me.
Definitely, man. I mean, we you pretty good, but I understand though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't hear a word you guys are saying. It's literally just a bunch of. I went and got my headphones, hoping that would maybe work, but I can't. It's a mess on my end, guys. I'm really sorry.
if anything, it's gonna be a part two anyway because Creepshow is gonna be on next time,
Okay.
so we'll make sure we all
Okay.
do this
Cool.
again
Cool.
anyway. So
Okay.
don't
Cool.
worry,
Cool.
no
Yeah.
worries
Give
at
me a
all.
holler, please. This was really fun. This was really fun. I definitely want to do this again. I
Yeah,
got to figure out. I'll figure out something better for this. So thank you guys. All right.
take care, Castle.
Catch you guys later. Yeah. Love you. Oh shit.
But nah, solo. Yeah, like so. I've been invited to come out there for next year. A few dropped out. A few still want to get up there. Me personally, I don't know. I'm just gonna be real. I
you know
I
what?
want to so bad, but I don't know, man. That's something that's different. That's I
I
want to
would
though.
I would say go for it if you can do it, go do it. Me personally, like I said, the experience that I've had today traveling, I don't have any
Yeah,
confidence
I
in
gotta
the,
ask
the
Wolf though
European
about that one.
Airways. Yeah. You know what though? From the videos we've seen, they do it big over there in Europe
No,
or
it's
over here in
definitely
Europe.
huge.
Yeah,
It's
they do it
way
big.
big.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
so
it's a different type of ball game over there, man. Like their magfed is, whew, that's something different.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
So. Oh,
that's
good.
something
Hey,
else.
man,
So
that's all I got, man. But I'm gonna keep you abreast on like I said, that competitive play, man. Something I'm interested in doing, and we got some stuff cooking in the kitchen.
yeah,
Big shout out to my team. Strike First MagFed. Big shout out to When That's Okay. To my guys out east. Who else we got out there, man? Liberty City Warlords. Like there's so many names. I didn't even give the love for the Midwest, OD.
yeah,
Who else we got out here, man? Anarchy 19. I mean, it's just so many teams that we owe it, everything to for just holding us up and being part of the MagFed family, especially to you, bro. You got this podcast platform, letting us get out there. So, man, I appreciate you for that.
no
All love.
problem,
We
man.
we the ball together. So, that's where it's at. But
Yeah,
yeah, man, I'm gonna get with you. I'm gonna text you and let you know we got cooking for 25. Everybody be looking for our calendar.
yeah.
2025 MagFed traveling at Strike First MagFed. Look us up on Instagram. And that's it, man. I'll catch up with you. All right, bro.
Oh, definitely solo, man. Take care, man. Thanks for having
All
you.
right, man. Yep. Thank you, man.
All right, Paintball World. This is the last podcast for now. So stay tuned for part two, man. Everyone really couldn't get on. Uh, keep Creepshow and prayers and everything. I look forward to doing this again. For sure, definitely. I'm still a little bit sick myself, but I'm getting better. But other than that, man, you guys take care, man. Continue to grow your character. Continue to keep pushing yourself. Just work hard. Be the light that you're supposed to be. Other than that, everyone take care. Thanks for tuning into my podcast. Until next time. Other than that, the profit out. Peace.